Spectransys is a technology-driven company specializing in two key areas: education with a focus on training and certification, reliability through digital solutions. That includes remote diagnostic solution and consulting services. Our mission is empowering co-professional. You see here, CORE is the new acronym, that is condition monitoring and reliability engineer. I hope you all will be proud of using this core word in your career. I just want to brief you about who are we and what we do. We are specialized in training and consulting services in condition monitoring and reliability engineer. Our principal association is with Industrial Press and Mobius Institute. These are the two leading companies in providing the best learning solution. As a part of our learning solution, we provide training and certification in these top core categories. Condition monitoring, which includes vibration analysis, ultrasound, thermography. Asset reliability, a path for advocate to leaders. And maintenance management, root cause analysis, precision shaft alignment, dynamic balancing course. Oil and weight particle analysis, non-destructive technologies, and some mechanical designs. Our most popular certification courses are Vibration Analysis Category 2, Reliability Advocate course, and Ultrasound Analysis Category 1. Our on-demand skill-up courses are Dynamic Balancing, Condition Monitoring Engineer course, and Root Cause Analysis. On a brief note, what you can expect from Spectransys: accelerated learning, interaction and mentorship, hands-on practice. As a part of our commitment to elevate your career, we built an application that connects employers and aspirants. This ecosystem is a gateway to career success and a talent pool. By facilitating this connection, we create a win-win scenario for both the parties. We enable individuals to find the right opportunity and employers to connect with the best talent pool. You can have individual account for both aspirants and employers, which is completely free of cost. This application features includes learnings, book your trainings, events, blogs, where you can write your experience, where you have come across some difficulties or how you have gone through it. And you can find the opportunities. There's a option of cart where you can directly make a payment for the books for which you would like to buy. And for employers, you can post your job and you can find the right profiles, you can hire them, and networking. So I would like to suggest you explore this application right after this webinar if you are not already having an account. You can reach us at email, mobile number, and our at head office. So before going further, I would like to welcome Mr. Kotya Naik, sir, who is instructor for today. Thank you, sir, and welcome, sir, and thank you for all for attending today this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Sudhir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Hi. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good evening, those who are joining from a different countries. So thank you so much for joining today's webinar. I'll just walk you through the initial brief about the Spectransys. And yeah, just 2 slides, not more than that. Will not make you to bother for more time. And then we'll go into the, jump into the today's webinar, 9 myths about reliability. And we say that, you should stop believing those myths. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you are able to see my screen. So if yes, please give a thumbs up. So I'll just understand, how many are able to see. And I guess, the voice is clear. Let's go through that. And this webinar is being organizing by Spectransys. And I'm the director of the Spectransys and also a lead instructor of Spectransys. I take care of some of the course deliveries and also along with the other instructors on Spectransys. So welcome again. Thank you so much for joining today and taking out time for joining this webinar. So let's go through that. What are the common myths or common misconceptions that people talk about the reliability, and how do we take these and how do we learn and overcome these challenges in the plant? Let's go through that. Before that, I just explained, my colleague just explained about you that what we do at Spectransys, and it's all about empowering the core community professionals. Okay, so that's core. I mean to be here, the condition monitoring and reliability engineers. So this is a new acronym we found, and I hope this is well suited for our domain and all our activities be around the the empowering the core professionals. So how do we the empower the core professionals? As we are offering the trainings, so develop these skills for now and the future. You see that how the technological advancement is taking place now, and what at Spectransys we create is a the holistic learning solution under expert guidance, and also we help with the career assistance, help aspirants to learn, find the right opportunities, and also we connect them with the employers who can find the right talent pool through Spectransys. So that is our the another the activity where we help the community. And third is we facilitate the networking. So as we are aware that when people come together as a community, definitely we can achieve the big things. So that is what we believe, and we also facilitate for the networking. And coming to this networking, very soon you will hear about our the international conference. We are going to be organized in Hyderabad. So you will hear from us about the venue and also about the agenda and about the the core conference what we are going to arrange. Okay, yeah. Let's be look around and see those posts in the future. Yeah. And then, when we started this company, we thought of that, how can we add value? So what is our, differentiator, or how we can help the community? So we thought that, like the industry, we are the instructors. If you look around, all our instructors are real industry practitioners. They're not just from the, they who come out of the colleges and just delivering the courses. They are the, real practitioners, and their personal experience brings the course to a life and encourage participations and discussions with the students who come from the different background, or the aspirants come from the different backgrounds. And also we offer the options of trainings, learn your way, that we have all the flexible options where you can just purchase a course, and as per your availability and choice, you can either attend a classroom course, or you can attend the virtual course, or you can make it as an self-learning course. So you just pay for us, with the what is the standard price which is there, and then you can opt for any of these options. It's not that we charge something for a self-learning course, we charge something for an classroom course. It's not like that. It's same standard way we make it for all the mode of training. And also you can look at our pricing. It's very competitive. We offer the best price in the in the market. And also we do the consulting services, technical consulting services. So if you are facing any problem, we can visit to your facility, and also we can look at the data, and also we can do the analysis and give you the best suggestion to mitigate those problems. So we are also working as an or providing as a consulting services, and also pioneering training delivery. I hope some of you are aware of that myself. So I am the ex-employee of Mobius Institute, who has worked 5 years in Mobius Institute as a Asia Pacific training partner manager. And previous to that, my experience is more involved in the training delivery. I have, the over the my career, the most experience I have in training delivery. Okay, so I've been deliver a lot of training, mentored to a lot of students, and they have been, in different countries and different industries. Okay, that's our the specialty, and we as in Spectransys in delivering the training and the certification courses. So, and providing the best of education. Yeah, that's about the Spectransys. And about the today's webinar, 9 myths about reliability, and you should stop believing those myths. That's what the today's webinar. And just to brief you about myself, as I mentioned already, myself Kotya Naik, I'm the lead instructor at Spectransys, and I take care of the vibration and reliability courses. So category 1, 2, 3, and also the ARP, that's advocate and engineer course, and also the other courses and all other educational training programs as well. Like institute dynamic balancing and all other courses, condition monitoring, shaft alignment, and other courses. I have over 20 years of experience in condition monitoring and reliability. I've been visited to a lot of companies, traveled to a lot of countries, and deliver a lot of training programs, and also deliver a lot of trainings on services at a customer place. So that's my background or my experience, I would say. Yeah. Let's go into the webinar. Yeah, this is the webinar intro. This webinar will help you to understand the misconception that often led to wasted resources and missed opportunities. So we'll discuss about that, what is the mindset of the people in the working in the plant, and also, working, the peers mindset about reliability. And we'll learn about the proactive strategies and how do we make the cross-functional collaboration, especially how do we collaborate with the maintenance and how do we collaborate with the operations to initiate these reliability improvements in the manufacturing or in any plant, and also talk about the cost-effective solution to boost the reliability performance. So that's what the about we are going to cover in today's webinar. Okay, so let's unlock the true potential of your reliability efforts or reliability program. That's the agenda. And how do we understand the various situations or various misconceptions, and how do we bring them to an on the same page where we believe reliability is going to be an the very the value addition program. So how we believe that, and how we can also make others to believe this. Let's go through that those common misconceptions so that we understand that what is the strategy we can make out of that. Okay, yeah. So if you have any questions, I think you have a question panel, the comment sections and question panels where you can type your questions, and then we can at the end of the session we can handle those questions. Okay, so when you are talking about that the reliability initiatives, and then not everyone supports or not everyone understands those initiatives. So let's go through that common myths that hold back these programs. So the challenge here, whenever we take any reliability initiatives, so usually the resistance comes from the different departments. So condition monitoring is one activity where we perform or where we carry out in the plant, and the reliability initiatives, sometimes it is with the condition monitoring, and sometimes there is a separate department who handles this in some plants. So then when reliability takes some initiatives, so usually the resistance comes from the different departments, could be in some maintenance or could be from the operations or could be from other areas. So what are those, why it comes basically, and what is the people believes that, and what is the common myths or common misconceptions that people understands. So let's go through that so that and we come across that and how to handle them and how to make them to understand. Let's go through that. Okay. Yeah. So we are going to discuss about total 9 myths. Okay, 9 misconceptions, and handle them. Like understand them. How do we take these initiatives? The common, the myth number one, it says that asset failure cannot be avoided, so we can only reduce the consequences. That is what the people believe. Say that we can't do anything. जो होना है होता है. We can't avoid that. That is what the people believes that. So we can only reduce the consequences. So that's what the people says that. But actually, if you take the proactive steps to improve reliability and you can extend the life of the equipment. So this is what actually, the truth is we must take the proactive steps to improve the reliability and extend the asset life. So how do we, take those proactive steps? And first we need to assess that what is the, the culture in the plant and how are we taking these proactive steps. Let's go through that. In understanding that, how do we extend the life of the assets? Let's go back and see that, why do assets fail basically? What is the root cause of that? So that, we understand them, how to extend the life of the equipment and also what are the proactive steps we can take it forward so that, we will extend the life of the equipment. So it says that, actually, why do assets fail if you take the concept, and because we kill them. Usually, if you take any bearings, manufacturer or the OEM says that what is the life of the bearing if you talk. So then they say the life of the bearing is infinite. Okay. So, but condition is that how do we take care of them? Okay. If you take care of them well, then it says that the life of the bearing is infinite. So then, how do we take care of them? What is the strategy we should follow for taking care of them, and what is the proactive steps we, take for, taking care of them. Let's go through that. Say, is it, this is true that them? Is that, the word or, the line, is it true that actually we are killing the, yes, it says that, it is, we are killing the equipments or we are killing the assets. So how, if you are not performing the, the precision balancing, right, you before you starting the equipment, so what happens with that? The stresses due to the unbalance, the stresses increase on the bearings, and if the the load, even half of the load it increases, or the just 10% of the load increases on the bearing, so half of the load, half of the life of the bearing it reduces. So you can imagine that, so how these can lead to an, the failure, or how can it lead to an reducing the life of the bearings or such rotating equipments assets. It also says that, like precision alignment, almost 50% of the equipment failures are due to the misalignment. Okay. And 50% of the failures in the plant are due to the misalignment. So it can be a, bearing failure, or it can be coupling failure, or steel failure, or any other components failure. So those are 50% of the failures are leading due to the misalignment. So are we doing the right precision alignment before you start up the equipment? So that's, the question. That can be any reasons, maybe a lack of tools or lack of knowledge or lack of, the training. It can be anything. But the industry, when they, they did the surveys, almost says that 50% of the failures are due to the misalignment in the plant. And we are all aware of that. If we are not aligned the machine correctly or precisely, that can lead to an even high energy consumption as well. Say almost like 2 to 16% it consumes the more electricity, and then obviously it can push your industry to an the big energy loss. Okay, yeah. How do we often install these bearings? Are we just putting and then hammering, or we are using the right tool? If you are not using the right tools, maybe a hydraulic tool, hydraulic knot, or maybe any other the bearing heaters? Are we measuring the proper fits and tolerances? And are we installing in a right way? Are we storing these bearings in a right location? How, what are the precautions you are taking in storing of those bearings, and during the installation, what are the precautions you are taking? So these are all, even the small cocked in the inner race or outer race, small misalignment in the bearing, that can lead to an the reducing the life of the bearing. So these are all leads to an the reducing the life of the bearing. Then how do we extend life? So if you take care of them, like starting from before you start up the equipment, first ensure that the installation how it has been, and the how are you aligned or precision aligned and balancing has been done. Are you install the bearing properly? Are you taking care of them properly? So that helps us in extending the life of the equipment. Another area where the reduces the significantly reduces the life of the bearing or life of the equipment is your lubrication. Lubrication contributes almost like 45 percentage, or close to 50 percentage. Contamination in the lubrication could be a lack of lubrication, could be an the not a right lubricant. It can lead to almost another 50 percentage of the failures. So that needs to be understand that how even a small particle in the lubricant can lead to an this can lead to a significant damage of those bearings. You can see, imagine even a the 1 micron size of any particles can lead to an the it can accelerate and the wear in the bearings, or it can damage the bearings. So all these equipment, sometimes what we say that we are the one equipment which is running, the other equipment is the next one which is standby, keep running the only one equipment, the other equipment which is we don't the switch over on time to time, and we don't take care of the second one. And during the the standby itself, the small the amount of the vibration it transfers, and then it creates a micro pitting, and that can lead to an the failure. That's called the false brenneling. Okay, this is one type of failure which commonly observed in the industry where equipments have been kept for long time in standby. And sometimes equipment, even we have observed many times in the paper machines where they have normally they keep the rolls in in standby conditions. They install the bearings and they keep them in the shop floor itself, that is in the sorry in the machine floor itself. So what happens when the this high speed, or the machine, paper machine, when it is operated or it is running, so the floor, machine floor level will have an small amount of the vibration that can transfer to your rolls, and then that can lead to an the big failure when you replace the bearing, when you replace the roll during your shutdown or during your the replacement activity. When as soon you start the roll, then it's all of a sudden the bearing get fails. So that can be because of this kind of false brenneling issue. So we have to store the equipment also in a such a way that those bearings, and then install the equipment in such a way that in an isolated area where there should not be any sort of vibration, or there should not be any sort of any contamination. So that's where you have to store these equipment so that you can avoid these kind of failures. Yeah, that's about the common myth. The myth number one, what we people are the, and that's how we can avoid like how we can extend the life of the equipment, and also how do we take the proactive steps. So eliminating those the installation issues, and also the contamination issues, and the installations, and the handling issues, all this we can eliminate by having good the maintenance strategies, especially starting from installation to and all these. So if you take care of them, really, there's going to be run for a very very long time. Their equipment life can be extended. Okay, yeah. So before we go to the myth number two, so I just want to understand your inputs. So I think my colleague Shruti is just launching the poll. You can give your opinions over there. Okay. Just want to see that it's been there. I'll also put the poll here. Who is responsible for reliability in the plant? What do you think? Is reliability engineers or condition monitoring engineers? I would say everyone is responsible for the reliability. Okay, so just 4 responses. Come on, guys. So just give your inputs. What do you think that who is responsible for reliability in the plant? For all these reliability initiatives or reliability activities, who is responsible? Okay, so
So
I
most of
hope
the
you
answers
all.
we are getting for everyone in the plant.
Okay, so I see only 5 responses on the screen. Is it correct, or the more responses we are getting?
We are getting more responses in the chat box.
Okay, we are getting more responses on chat box. Hey guys, you can
Yes.
use the polls option. So the polls will help you in just even displaying the majority of here also. What are our opinions or responses? Okay, good. So majority of them say everyone. That's right. So let's go through that. What about the common myths or the myth number 2? It says about. So it says about the path to improved performance is entirely within the maintenance group. Okay, so the path to improved performance is entirely within the maintenance group. Is it true, or what we think that? No, everyone is responsible for reliability, as you are the already been given your response. So from the design phase through a operation phase, so everyone is responsible for the reliability. So often we have heard about safety initiatives or safety activities in the plant. Who is responsible for the safety? Of course, everyone. Correct. So like if I am alone, or the safety department alone works in a safe way or safe manner, does it achieves the reliability of? Does it achieves the safety of the plant? No, it never. So when everyone contributes, so that achieves the safety of the plant. So if I am working in the safe way or safe manner, and that when everyone feels that okay, I am also working in the safe way or safe manner, then that everyone when let everyone works in the plant in the safe way or safe manner, that achieves the total safety of the plant. That's how these initiatives being such initiative being carried out in the industry. Similarly, the reliability also should be kind of in the safety initiative. So that has to come from everyone that yes, I should contribute a bit to improving the workplace, the or improving the reliability of the asset or reliability of the plant. So starting from can be a purchase, or it can be an operation, or it can be a maintenance, or it can be any person who is working in any role can contribute a bit to for improving the plant reliability. Let's take that, how do we understand them? So usually what the maintenance people is to do that, whenever their problem rises up, so they fix, or when the problem occurs, they fix the problem. So that's what the maintenance team it does. And obviously they go through or they face a lot of problems, a lot of failures in the industry, and they come across the different issues and they fix one by one. And obviously they're tired of fixing all these things. If there is no contribution from the peoples and there is no contribution or support from the other departments, definitely they would be tired of fixing all these problems. Okay. So let's go back and understand that what is this, basically why these problems are rising up, or why these problems are often lead to in failures, and what is the root cause of that. If you go back and look at that, from where these problems are coming usually, and then they are coming into that and rising up as a problem, and then they leads to a breakdown or underperformance or functional failures, or these could be the issues in the plant. So from where these are coming basically. Okay, so whenever we see an failure, that can be because of some issues in the plant, say some breakdown which has happened, that may be because of some failure of the equipment. So what are those basically? What is it leading to, and from where these? If you look at that, these are kind of breakdowns from where these are coming. So could be So it could be, the basically, and the kind of a problem which is coming. So there are some random problems, and there are some maintenance issues. Like we will fix it, and then the kind of we just avoid that. So we don't have time for doing the alignment now. Let's look at that. Maybe later we can do it. That's what if someone thinks, then definitely the later is going to lead to an the failure. And someone think that we don't have time, so we don't have time, the it's production is being required, and then you start the equipment, and without doing much of the precision work, then it's going to be and then procurement. So example, so from where do we are getting those space, and when you need a bearing or when you need a spare, when you assign this task to a purchase, how does the purchase is getting this material? What is the source of the material he's getting? Is based on the how the quality checks is being done, and whether we are just purchasing on the L1 or we are purchasing on the real quality. So what is the source of the purchase, and also the others, how they can contribute. All these can lead to the failures. So example, the also the experienced people, or the certified contractors, how we are allowing them. Just any guys who comes and does some job and then create some mess up is going to create the big failure or big problems. So how are we qualifying them? When you are assigning the task, how are we qualifying them, and what are the designs, what your application demands, and what is the equipment you are getting. Say for example, your equipment is operated in a extreme hot environment. Are you getting the right application bearings for that, or you are just getting the normal bearing and you are installing, and then you are facing with the continuous failures according to the your application, the bearing, or the other equipment, other components should be there. So how are these, and what is the area where it is contributing for these major failures? So if you look at this, and really, if everyone cooperates, and then the works in a synergy where has everyone has that culture saying that, hey, we should improve the reliability of the plant so that it benefits to everyone. So the condition monitoring team doesn't have to come in the late nights, and maintenance will not face any, the unexpected failures. Operation will not see those, the unavailability, and management could see that really, the increasing the profit. So it all can lead to an, the better benefit to everyone. So then when we cooperate each other, and then we work together. Say when we assign a task to an purchase, say that, hey, you should get a material the best of the best quality at a good pricing. And also when leadership team also should be encouraged to that, whenever you take a maintenance or the turnaround, ensure that you do a precision work, align, balance the machine precisely before you start up the equipment, and hey, that the lubrication team follows the correct lubrication schedule and all. So that leads to an the improved performance, and then that leads to an increasing the profitability of the plant. So you can look around, how it is going to be, how each one can contribute or each one can support the condition monitoring. If they perform their job, and say they get to know that what's coming up and which equipments needed attention, and so that they can suggest to a maintenance team that, hey, here is the the problem popping up, can you handle this in the next opportunity, so that that will not lead to any failures in the future. Okay, and similarly, they can help you in addressing the problem. And with the support of the condition monitoring, maintenance work, it becomes more easier. And also with the support of your design, and with the support of your procurement, and with the support of your maintenance, sorry, with the support of your maintenance, and also with the support of your operations, and then spares, who's purchase, who is getting the equipments to you. So with their support, definitely the best of the best can be achieved, and that will help for us to the avoid the random failures and also extend the life of the equipment. Okay, so all these part of the it's a part of the defect elimination process, we can say that. So when you do the work, do the right at the first time. So that's what the philosophy we should inculcate, so that that will help us in improving the reliability of the plant. That's everyone's responsibility. It's not that it's a reliability engineers is works on that improving the reliability of the plant, or only maintenance team is works on the improving the reliability of the plant. It everyone's responsibility contribute a bit for improving the how we can improve the reliability of the plant. If reliability is improving, it's going to be the win-win situation for every stakeholders in the plant. Okay, yeah, that's about the myth number 2. And now we are starting about the myth number 3. We have to replace our overall equipment before it can fail.
We
So
will have a
just
poll
before
just
that,
now.
we would like to, yeah, before that, we would like to understand your opinion on this. So what do you think? Is preventive maintenance, PM, always the right maintenance choice in the plant? Okay, I will also give an input here. So I'll say that it depends on the asset. Okay.
So
Still,
most
I see
people,
the lot of low responses. Please do your and make it as a good engagement program. Yeah. Yes, Ritesh.
most people are responding. It depends on the asset.
Okay. Good. So still I see on the screen only 8 responses. I would encourage everyone to participate, so that it helps us to learn from each other. Okay, so let's go back and see the what is the common myth. Myth number 3. It says we have to replace our overall the equipment before it can fail. So it's not always be the right to say that like kind of the preventive maintenance option. So preventive maintenance option is not always the right choice. So it depends on the the asset. So before the equipment fails, we get a warning of the root cause and also the failure, and we can act accordingly. Okay, this is what the truth, and this is what the this is where the predictive maintenance approach has come into, and gives an if you take the monitoring or take the data and try to understand the data, and so that we can plan our maintenance action based on its condition. So that's where the condition based maintenance has come into. So here, if you look at that principle of condition based maintenance, we just watch for the the signs, and we only perform maintenance when it is needed. Okay. So if you look at that, I hope most of you are aware of that PF, the PF interval, the potential failure to a function. So if you look at that here, when sometimes it is also called DIPF, design, installation, the potential failure to a functional failure. So, but when you look at the maintenance strategy, yes, DIPF could be an the understanding, but we more focused on the PF interval. So that PF interval basically starts from the potential failure to a functional failure. So now look around, what is that basically, how the PF curve will understand them. So if you look at, the equipment will be operating, this is the condition on the X and then, sorry, on the Y condition, and the X is the time where you say that the equipment is being operated defect free for months and years together, was no problem. At once, they could be, due to some wrong or errors in the maintenance, or could be in the taking care of them, sometime some kind of the failure it initiates, where this is where the defect initiation it starts, and then it goes to an kind of where defect is initiated. Till this, I would say that it's a defect free zone. Yeah, so I'll also just initiate the writing here. So just allow me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the whatever the equipment which is being running. So before this is a defect free. Okay, this zone is a defect free zone. Okay. So now the defect is initiated from here, and then it starts the potential failure. Okay, that's where the potential failure, the initiative, or the potential failure it starts. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is the defect free zone, and then it starts with the sum at one point the defect is initiated, and that's where the defect is initiated, and it leads to an the it starts with then potential failure, then it will come to through your the different sense, like the in ultrasound and also in the vibration, and also the particles will be detected, and the bearing makes more noise, and then bearing becomes more hot, and then that can lead to an the more bearing wear, and then can lead to an the functional failure, so or the asset failure, you can say that. So this way the problem has been initiated, and then where the potential failure has begun, then that has led to an the functional failure during this life of the equipment. Even sometimes if you look at this PF curve can be this way, just we are taking the in a general approach now, so can be like this. Sometimes this PF curve can also be from the potential failure begin or from the defect initiation, this can be very short also. Okay, or sometimes even it can be an very long also, they long for they last for a longer time, can be like this also. It depends on the asset. Now typically what you are considering, the graph here, or the interval here is this interval, potential failure to my functional failure. This we are considering mostly on the equipment which are mounted with the rolling element bearings. Okay, mostly with the rolling element bearings. Here is the interval from defect, or the potential failure initiation to an the functional failure. So this is the interval you got. Okay, sometimes if you look at this equipment, where this asset especially, which is getting the most of the the life, or the long, or the long PF interval, we can say that. But if you look at this equipment, which is this equipment which has very short PF interval. Okay, so then you have to have the prediction or the monitoring technologies with respect to their how the PF interval of the equipment. If the PF interval of the equipment is for a long, then you would say that the failure rate is very slow. Then you can adapt the any of this technology, starting from the ultrasound, vibration, via particle analysis, and also thermography, or the temperature monitoring, or any other techniques wherein can help you in detect the fault condition early stage, then you can take the actions based on that. Okay, so not preventive maintenance is always a good choice for the industry. So you can predict the condition, because the asset before it fails, it will warn you that what type of the abnormality is being generated in the equipment. So the PF interval is like this, and then you can see that how early we want to detect, and then based on that you can deploy a technology where the ultrasound, especially for the rolling element bearings, will help you in understanding the very early condition of the very early condition, especially starting from its lubrication. Okay, if the assets have been with the journal bearing, the PF curve or PF interval may not be like this. Maybe can be the very short. Okay, very short, because their failure is more imminent, the more faster. So, and then what you would say that if I use any of the technology which is not giving early sign of that, then it can lead to an the failure. The failure would be more instantaneous here. That's why in most of the such critical equipments, especially where you have an very short PF interval, where we deploy the continuous real-time monitoring, so that that will help you in what is instantaneously knowing that what is going on with the equipment. That's where how you decide that whether I should do a real-time continuous monitoring, interval-based monitoring, or the off route, like once in a month or once in a fortnight. So how do we measure that, or how do we monitor them? So it depends on their PF interval. So we just watch for that, and then understand that what is the condition of that, and we deploy the technology based on how early you want to detect their fault conditions. Okay, so now if you look at that preventive maintenance, the common myth says that okay, preventive maintenance is basically like if you look at the yeah, I'll remove this. So myth says that we have to replace our overall equipment before it can fail. So in some equipments it works well, especially if you look at that automotive. So our car tires example. So we say that every 3 years or every 40,000 kilometers we have to replace. In that case, it may work, but still, after 3 years or after 40,000 kilometers, then you can still check what is the condition. It depends on where the you drove the car, like in a good road, in a good environment, then it can last for some more time. But if you have really drove the car in a very hill stations, hilly area, and then where the lot of potholes are there in the road, or in such situations, it may not lead to even 3 years also. So that depends on how the equipment, and they have suggest then why the OEM has been suggested for replacing the 3 years or 40,000 kilometers, because they have been looked at the historical data, and say that this is what it has been. Most of the car which has been in this zone or in this environment lead to an this kind of failure. That's where they come up with those suggestions. But it depends on, again, equipment, how you are operate, and what is the environment where you have been operating. Based on that, you can still take check, and then see that how it's condition. Based on that, you can plan your maintenance. That's why the condition based maintenance principle has come into. Okay, yeah, that's on the common myth number two, sorry, three, and then we are going to talk about the myth number four. The solution to improving performance is entirely technical. So now here, do we have the poll, Ashok or Shruti? We'll continue.
Yeah, we have a poll on after the fifth myth.
Okay, good. Okay, the solution to improving performance is entirely technical. So this is the myth number four. So it's not actually. So the key to success is to develop a culture of reliability. So here, everyone, we discussed about that. Everyone can contribute. It's not that your technical team is definitely would be doing a lot of analysis, and they will be looking for an strategy for improving that. But it says that the it has to come from the management that the safety and reliability are core to our values and key to our success. So this has to come from the top management. I was recently, visited one of the manufacturing plant and say that, I was just curious to understand that that plant is also ISO 55000 certified. I was just asking them, no, you are good at the some of the condition monitoring activities, but I don't see much of, reliability initiative in plant. So what would be the, reason and what is holding you back? And they said that this has to he has suggested that so we are the very bottom level people, and then we do whatever the assignment has come to us, and then we perform those activities at best of the best. But these kind of initiative has to come from the top management, and top management has to believe that what are our core values, the safety and reliability kind of activities are culture, so that that will be spread through the the individuals, and also with those initiatives will be taken. So yes, it's 100% true that it has to come from the your top management, or it says that the vision and strategy, what are our core values, and how and what is our key to success. That has to come from, and that initiative should encourage to participate everyone, contribute and believe. So then only this culture of the reliability, or the plant reliability can be achieved. So as you say that like maintenance and production should work hand in hand. Okay. So in always you we whenever we talk about, or when we are working in the condition monitoring, or you're working in maintenance, so you might have come across that. Okay, whenever we give some suggestions or some improvement activities, first people look at that whether it is electrical or mechanical problem, and then also people look around so whether it is operation or maintenance problem. So this is how people always look into that. But we cooperate each other, and then then that definitely is going to be a good initiative, and then that will lead to a really improvement in the plant. So that we maintenance and operation, maintenance and production, maintenance and the electrical and mechanical operations, safety and the maintenance always should go hand in hand and cooperate each other. That will lead to a really good work culture and lead to a good performance of the plant as well. Okay, yeah, that's how about the common myth number 4. And number 5, the reliability engineer knows that most about equipment reliability. So equipment reliability. So no, it's not that only reliability engineers or the reliability team knows about the equipment reliability. It everyone can contribute. Everyone on the plant floor knows about the equipment. So especially operators, okay, and who takes care of the operations operators, who in and out around the equipment always, and then they knows that what is the condition of the equipment. So I hope you are aware of that there is a concept called ODR, operator driven reliability. And what is that? Basically initiatives, because the most of the 60% of the failures can be avoided with just by the operator involvement, just by the operator involvement. Okay, if they can contribute, if they can help or support to a reliability team, or to be 60% of the failures can be avoided. So that's true. And there are some activities, there are some initiatives in the plant. So they empower the operators. Say, hey, when you are coming to work, and during your shift, during your work time, so make sure that what are your checks is being carried out. Like, have you done, are you operating the equipment on the standard operating procedure? Have you done this, the oil level check and this? And have you looked at, temperature before you operate the equipment? So that will help you a lot in understanding the equipment. If they found some abnormality, there should be a process to escalate. Say, hey, I found this, and then what could be the reason? And how do we mitigate that, or how do we solve that? Okay, so that's how the initiative has to come from the everyone. So be an the lubricant technician, or be an operator, or be a condition monitoring engineer, or be an maintenance team, or be an operation person, or be an any technician, so that they can help you a lot in achieving these initiatives. Okay, yeah, that's
No,
common
no,
with
we
number
will have a
five.
poll now.
Yeah, please.
So there is a third poll. Do reliability improvement initiatives always lead to high costs? I
Do you
request
believe that?
everyone I request
Yeah.
everyone to answer the poll.
Okay, so good. Some improvements in the responses. Let's do it, guys. So make it more interactive, and let's see. There are a few other common myths. We'll go through that. Okay. So how is the response, Shruti?
It's good, sir. Some people have responded to answer no in chat box.
Okay. So
So
majority
most
of
of them,
them no.
yeah, most of them have answered no.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's not that always lead to an the high cost, the reliability improvement initiatives, but maybe the during the initial or during the very initial days or very initial the new program when it is being taken, so that may lead to an some high cost initially, but overall it's going to achieve a good it achieves a good profitability. So the goal is to improve the reliability at all cost. No, it's always be not right. So the goal is to basically maximize the value of assets. Okay, the goal is to add value and minimize the impact on safety, health, and the environment. That's what the goal is here, not just to add the cost. So the goal is to maximize the value of the equipment, maximize the value of the assets. So here the goal is to properly manage our assets and assets to deliver the maximum value. That's all. Here, how do we maximize the value of the equipment and how do we extend the life of the equipment? So maybe you are optimizing certain things. There are some preventive maintenance activities going on which is not adding any value. So why do you are performing those activities? So we can cut down, or maybe we can optimize those for, so that for it can help you in maximizing the equipment life or extending the equipment life. Okay, something which is OEM suggestions. It's not that always we follow the OEM suggestions. So OEMs might have observed based on the how the overall equipments when they are supplied and how they have been come across the failures and all. But it depends all purely on the plant to plant and the environment to the way you are being operated the equipment. So the goal is to improve reliability, not at all, it's going to be, all cost. It's going to be, like maximizing your assets and delivering the, the maximum value out of that. So when you are, taking that basically, so when you are taking such reliability initiatives, first you perform a business process review. So what is the value, or what is the value you want to create? Say your value is to create, the stakeholders satisfaction, or to increase the safety, or increase the the reputation of the company. Then you know bottom down to how do we, or how do we achieve that? So first, understanding your business goals, and then assigning this to your the internal stakeholders. Then we plan for how do we achieve that. Say your value or business, the initiative could be like minimizing the the safety incidents. Okay, the safety kind of the issues. So then how do we take those initiatives? So you have to cooperate with the departments and then plan those what are the incidents have been happened in the past, and what are these root causes, and then how do we take care of them. So like that you have to plan for that. Basically, it is maximizing the value of your goals or value of your business. So that's where the reliability initiatives also help you in increasing the profitability of the plant. Okay, yeah. That's on the myth number 6 and 7. You must all analyze the historical data before you can make improvements. Yes, historical data help you in the understanding, but people say that they used to easily skip that. I don't have a data. How can I do the reliability improvement initiatives? I don't have any history of the equipment. So how do I achieve that? Yeah, analysis is good, but you should be proactive from day one. Say that, like kind of an chicken and egg story. So what is first? Whether should have I should have a data to start my reliability initiatives, or from the day one I'll take care of that, start recording those data, and that will help you in optimizing and improving your performance over time. So it should be an from the day one activity, so that it will help you in understanding what is going on, and so that on going forward it maximizes your value, and also it help you in understanding how the condition was. Okay, it always be not that you should have an historical data to perform this. So you can start collecting the data, and you can go on and then improve and optimize those results, and definitely it can lead to an the better and better improvements. Okay, yeah. With number 8, so cutting cost will not affect reliability. No. So like it says that the cutting cost is not the answer here. Cutting cost in maintenance, especially and reliability, will result in a decreased reliability of the plant. So if you have been performing well, and then and doing the plant is doing well, then people when the new manager or when the people comes say that, hey, how do we cut down the cost, or how do we optimize? Then they always look at that the first initiative. They look at that how do we how do we optimize, or how do you reduce. They always look at the maintenance. So maintenance, okay, so there are say 7 members now, can we make it to the 5 members? So then they look at around and then try to reduce the manpower, so that they believe that that can lead to an some reducing the cost, and by that way you can increase the profitability. So that is what the people think sometimes, but that not always the right. So we have to look around and see that how this going to be affect. If you are reducing the manpower, then that can lead to an the underperformance of the plant people, and also not taking care of certain activity which has been already been implemented. And say if already we know condition monitoring is well implemented, and if you are reducing the manpower, then they stop doing those, or they maybe the frustration or workload it increases on the persons who's been there, and then that can lead to an some wrong analysis or missing those opportunities kind of things can happen. Okay, so what happens, like if you are reducing the maintenance cost further, and further if you reduce the maintenance cost, then one day it is also minimizing your reliability initiatives, and one day it can lead to an complete breakage of the program itself. Okay, so yeah, that should not be the case. So maintenance, reducing the maintenance cost is, or the maintenance personal cost is not always be the good choice. Okay, yeah, you should focus on improving the reliability, and obviously when you are improving the reliability, the maintenance cost will also be the maintenance cost will be taken care. So that contribution is going to be a really help to improve the profitability of the plant. Okay. Yeah. Yes, we have a poll here.
So here.
Like poll is here, are you presenting the core values to the management? Means, are your condition monitoring and reliability results, are you presenting to the management? Say what is the value you are adding, to this initiative, or what is the value you are bringing to a company? Are you presenting this to your management on time to time, so that management is aware of that, what are you doing? And then they appreciate your contribution. So what is the situation in your workplace or at where you are working? So how you are doing this? Are you presenting this, or you are not presenting, or you think that your management is aware of your efforts? Sometimes I believe this, sometimes not always. Okay, it's good. Many of the I see on the screen, like yes, very good. Let's wait for some more time. What others thinks. Good. Okay, so
So
how is the
most
response, Shruti?
most of the answers are for yes, sir.
Okay, got good response.
Yes, 77 people have responded to yes.
Okay, good. So myth number 9, the last myth. So everyone will always understand that you are delivering a value. Not always. Okay. So we have to present, like we have to prepare what are our results, what are our KPIs and what are our results, and we have to present to a management saying that, by these initiatives, and these are the improvements have been, and then these are the, the achievements, and these are the, we are towards our goals, the all these things we should present. So no, they won't actually. You must constantly communicate the benefits of the program to a management and also your peers, the other stakeholders in the plant. So we must communicate that so that they understand this importance of these reliability initiatives and also how we are improving. That encourages everyone. So when I was working with the previous company, so we worked as an kind of a integrated maintenance service, the project. So where we were, when we started the project, so after a month we started displaying some of the boards, and we started displaying that what is the how many equipments are being monitored under condition monitoring program, and how many maintenance action is needed, and how many maintenance action has been taken, and what is the overall equipment, the condition. So all these things we used to display the boards at every department, or every individual area. That helps people to pay attention, saying that, hey, still there are this so much of maintenance work need to be done, and these are the improvements with the last maintenance actions, and these are the the achievements. So that makes people to celebrate and also contribute and encourage people to work more, and also that will help in making those initiative much more kind of plant wide engagement. So that helps. And especially if you are in reliability or condition monitoring engineer, so if you do all your work by alone and keep it record by alone yourselves, then people would think that this program or this initiative is not adding any value, so there's no point in further continuing. Then the management would think that, okay, instead of the investing on this reliability, or or in such activities, let us cut down this program. People may think like that. So we should communicate the results, we should celebrate the results, and also we should inform to everyone that what is how much or what is the your value addition, so that people understands that and they cooperate you. Okay, they cooperate you, that is very important. And for the cooperation from the other departments and also the internal stakeholders is very very important. And also we should celebrate this. And once they, some improvement, some results have come, so we should celebrate that so that people is aware of that, how this improvement is leading to a better profitability. Okay, yeah, that should be the idea. So otherwise, what if you don't sell the program, or if you don't present the results? When the reliability improves, the program itself can be seen as a source of savings. When everything is going well, then people will think that what is the need of these people again? We can just remove them off, and then we can cut down the cost, and we can save that cost. People may think like that, but we should constantly presenting or communicating those results. What are we doing, and what is what is our value addition, and how we are contributing for improving the plant profitability or profitability of the the plant. What if you don't sell the program? The new manager will see it is an opportunity to reduce cost. Then for his or her benefit, he can think of that. Okay, hey, these guys are not nowadays not doing anything, or don't know what value addition they are doing. So he may think that, okay, so you can remove this guys and then say that some cost will save, and then he can present, say that I have saved this much of cost, then he can be promoted to the next level. So you should not give that opportunity someone to say that you are not working, or you are not putting any effort, or you are not adding value. So you should present those your value additions time to time. Okay, so what if you don't sell the program? Again, it's kind of a roller coaster here. So you must get off the reliability roller coaster. So if you say that these some improvements have been taken, so then some initiatives have been taken, and you have achieved the peak performance, you have achieved the best of the things. Then, as we mentioned in the previous slide, people may see that as an that is a saving a cost. So then someone comes and sees that if you're not presenting them, then people will think that, okay, this can be an area where you can remove these people and save the cost because they are not doing any value addition. Then what happens? Your reliability program goes down. Then the new manager comes, and then they sees that when the lot of failures have been there, and there are a lot of breakages or things when like that, there are no improvements. Then he sees that, okay, this is an initiative, or this is an improvement area where I can initiate, and then show my value here, and then get promoted. Then then they start looking into that. Then again it goes up, and then it's going to be again same thing. It may cut down the cost and all. So you should get out of this kind of things. So it means you should constantly communicating that what is the value addition you are making, so that people are aware of that. This is a living program, not an one time of project. It is a living program. Reliability is a living program, and that should be the the initiative, that should be the message should reach to everyone, so that the importance of this, or the real benefit, will come only when it is an living program. It is not a project that we implement and achieve some results, then we take off that or we remove of that. It is not that. It is a living program, so that the plant will be benefited lot about these initiatives, and you will achieve really a good profitability. Yeah, so this is the message, and these are the misconceptions around the the people, and also around the plant. So you should be aware of that, and you should be taking care of these misconceptions. How do we put them in a right way and make them people to understand, so that it helps you in you will get some support, some cooperation from them, so that together we can achieve really a good reliability of the plant. Remember this, reliability initiative is like similar to an your safety initiatives in the plant. When everyone contributes, you will really achieve the safety of the plant. Similarly, you will really achieve the reliability of the plant. It's not a one-time project, it is a living program. There every bit of contribution is must. Thank you guys, and if you have any questions, please type around, and then we'll be able to answer your questions. So coming to poll, yeah, this is good. Yeah, I just would like to share with you. So we are coming up with the these kind of training programs. Yeah, I'll just close here. Okay, so I will share my. Okay, guys, you are able to see the screen. I think so. Yeah, we are. What's coming up? So we are coming up with the reliability advocate course. Okay, that's a certification course, and this is the first time we are offering the 50% off, 50% discount. We got a special permission, and we are offering this course, reliability advocate course. So reliability, what Mobius offers, there are the three courses: reliability advocate, reliability engineer, and reliability leader. So what are you doing? Why need say three levels of course or three different courses in reliability? Why not one course? So that's what the again another myth. So in everyone's mind, I just want to clarify you that. So first, when you look at that, why do we get the certification? Yeah. So certification is basically to recognize your knowledge and experience. Correct. So similarly, in reliability, basically, how do you get the other certifications like vibration CAT 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, so people who's working in a different role, they get an certification of CAT 2, CAT 3, CAT 4, and some experts are CAT 4 because they are very experienced and also they have a expertise knowledge. Their knowledge is being recognized. That's how the certificate validates that. Okay, in reliability also, it's not just one certification who has a just 6 months experience or who just gone through some books and cleared the exam just cannot be a reliability engineer. These professional working, basically it comes out of your knowledge and experience. So people who works in a different roles, maybe an who can good contributor for the reliability program, can be a reliability advocate who really engineer, does a lot of analysis, looking at the data, doing the Pareto analysis, variable analysis, FMEA, criticality ranking, all analysis you are performing, then you are real reliability engineer. Your knowledge should be, experience should be recognized as a reliability engineer. Somebody who manages the reliability program in different plants or multiple plants and who has a high experience, higher experience, and who has a knowledge. So some his knowledge and experience should be recognized as a reliability leader. That's how the Mobius approach. And we do this for a different level of people who is working in the plant. And if you have a experience and you can directly go to reliability engineer. If you have a more experience, you can directly go to a reliability leader. If you are just starting in the reliability, you can just go through the reliability advocate. The slides which has been presented now was from the our reliability advocate course. So there are so many such topics, and that will really help you to learn how do we contribute and how do we make these initiatives in the plant so that you get a right amount of the right knowledge. How do we make such initiatives in the plant? That's all right. So we are offering this course at a 50% discount, and you can message here or you can contact to us. Our colleagues Ashok and Shruti will be in very active in reaching out to you. And please do reach us if you are interested in our upcoming course. So that's our reliability advocate course, certification course, and that follows the same standard of any other reliability certification program. ISO IC 17024 standard follows the same certification standard what other reliability certification follows. Okay, yeah, that's all from our side, and thank you so much for your active participations. So yeah, I'm still here. So if you have any questions, and we'll also would like to see your response on this. Would you like to attend our reliability advocate course coming up in this month? Okay, so yeah, I just want to see your responses. So please do reach us, and then we'll get back to you and with the details. When is this course and all this? The remaining. We are just only charging, very 50% only. Yeah. Someone wants to question, or if you have any questions, so please type here, and we'll be able to see your. Thank you, guys. So I see the lot of appreciations. So if you really liked the presentation, please give a thumbs up or heart symbol. So thank you so much. And still we are here to answer your questions.
Yeah, the mic is open. The mic is open for all. So if anybody have questions, so you can just type in the question box, or else you can ask the question directly.
Yeah, you can unmute yourselves and you can talk to us. And yeah, I think he's enabled all your microphone. Good. See, I see, from Dawal, he wants to. Okay, you can unmute yourselves and you can talk.
Hello.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, how are you, sir? Good evening, team Spectransys and Kotya, sir. Very nice presentation, and I always try to make an attempt. Without fail, I'll attend. So thank you very much for sharing time and again the various topics. I just want to know whether this ARP engineer level course, when it will be planned. Just any idea on this?
Yes, sir. We have a plan in October, so we'll share the details with you.
Okay, that's the only thing I wanted just to ask you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you, guys. If you are from India and enjoy your weekend and advance happy Vinayak Chauthi and celebrate the diversity of Indian culture. So thank you so much, and see you in some time. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.